Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the month of September. Happy September to you. It's September 1st today. So I thought I'd come here and throw down some cards and give you a peek into the overall for the month here. We do have a short stack of oracles we're going to use first to get the overall energy for the month. And then we're going to look at the Psychic Tarot. I've got 6 questions I'll ask from the Psychic Tarot. And we will clarify those as well. So let's get to it here. And Aquarius, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. By the way, if you are brand new and you just stopped in here and rolled up on these shenanigans, welcome, welcome. There is a subscription button in the bottom right-hand corner. So if you do want to subscribe, please go ahead and do that. Please also press the bell button so you'll know when I'm uploading for your sign. I do read for your sign weekly, Aquarius. And for those of you who are always here, clicking, viewing, subscribing, and your thumbs up, the way you love on the channel, thank you so much for growing this tribe the way that you do. You realize that, please, that growing this tribe depends on how many thumbs up you give me. It depends on if YouTube sends it back to the algorithm to find more Aquariuses. So thank you for doing that. All right, so tell me what is going on for Aquarius. What is the overall energy for the month of September 2024 for Aquarius, please? We have diligence. Diligence with what here? Looks like you're going to have the bird's eye view of something in September here. And so it brings diligence in the flow. I like it. So Aquarius, I feel as though this is going to be a month of everything kind of going in the way you want it to go. If you're in the flow, that's if you're in the flow, right? If you're in this energy of being in the flow and are diligent with going with the flow rather than going against the rapids here, I feel like things sort of work out the way that you want them to. Look, I'm not telling you to hold back or not be who you are, but I feel like if you have diligence being in the flow, it feels like you have this energy of being calm, being at peace, third eye is opening, seeing things that you want to see. And I feel like you do need to be diligently in the flow to see those things. We do have courage. Again, we've got all of the chakra energies, right? So we have the violet energy, which is the third eye. And it looks like you have to have some courage for the month as well, because if you'll go with the flow, all of this energy crashing against the rocks is really not going to upset your flow if you commit or be diligent with being in the flow. We also have green here, which is the heart chakra. We have violet energy here, which is the third eye. We do have the sacral chakra energy here. We have protection and we have community. So I feel like there is protection from the storm, I want to say. And your protection from the storm this month is by staying in the flow. So it doesn't mean that things aren't going to be going on around you as they usually are, because you might come up against some hard things that are crashing up against the rocks. But I want to say, as long as you can have your confidence about you, keep your heart open, keep your third eye open, I feel like you have the protection of the universe against anything that might go sideways. For some of you, it might be in the community that you live in. All right. Tell me more about Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for September 2024. Tell me more about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius, please. We have denial. It says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with an insight of awareness. I feel like that's what's going on here. Like I said, it's not like things aren't going to be crashing up against the rocks, right? But normally you would deal with that in a courageous way. Normally you would heed the protection of the universe and deal with it in a courageous way. I feel like it says here that you're going to replace it now with the insight of awareness, because we do have your third eye that is opening here. Or maybe it's already open. Take it as it resonates for you. Yeah, it's an acceptance of the situation for what it is. And you know, when we are in denial and we don't have any acceptance, right? We push against things that, and when we push against things, they push back. So resistance is persistence. Things that aren't going right, if you push against them, they will persist. We have, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So rather than pushing against things and trying to make things change, trying to make a rock a butterfly, it's not going to happen. Just leave it as it is. The acceptance of it allows you to stay diligently in the flow, which I feel peels away the layers of denial. You acknowledge your fears and that maybe things aren't going the right way, but you're not going to let it get your goat. That's what I feel. I feel like you're going to remain in the flow. Go with the flow. me more about Aquarius, please. 3 more cards, and then we'll get to the Psychic Tarot. All right. Well, that tells a story, doesn't it? So, I feel like there is going to be some sort of confession or a secret coming out this month. And it says, realizing a secret, pursuing virtue through honesty. I feel like you're either going to be honest with yourself or someone else is about to be honest with you. We have boundaries. It says no one to put up the boundaries and let down your walls. And then we have stress. It says cleanse and detoxify from any unnecessary commitments. And it's interesting that it says commitment. So if you're a person who's been overscheduling yourself just to stay ahead of your head shit, I think you're supposed to slow down, get diligently into the flow, stop denying that there's things that are hard to deal with going on around you, but it's about dealing with them in a very different way than you've been dealing with them in the past. I feel now, instead of just pushing against them and making resistance, that you're going to confess that you've got boundaries. Look, I'm just not going to allow that thing to bother me anymore. And we do have passions. It says, don't be afraid to fail. Follow what makes your heart happy. We do have a twin flame card, a spiritual connection between you and your twin flame. So I feel like somebody here is willing to put in the work on the twin flame connection. We do have don't be afraid to fail, but some of you keep yourself backed away from that twin connection because it's a hard connection, right? Sometimes it can be super hard, and so not everybody is into the twin flame dynamic, right? Some people are like, no thanks, Tom Hanks. I don't blame you. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at it. So we've got 6 questions here. Before we start here, Aquarius, if you are interested in a private read, please look into the pinned comment below this video. I do have a sale on for between $5 and $20 off a reading, depending which reading you pick. So please click that link if you're interested in a private read to go look at the prices. All the prices are as posted. You do not need a code. All right. So the first question we have for you, Aquarius, is what do you need to step back from this month? What is it that you need to step back from, Aquarius? Intuition. Listen, being connected to your intuition 24/7 is a hard thing. I feel like intuition is here. Like the card number 2 indicates that this is High Priestess energy. And the High Priestess does give all of their energy usually to the benefit of mankind. So whether it's even just one person one-on-one or a group of people, that you are a person who deals in your intuition. You might have very high intuition, as Aquarius will, but it could be because of a Pisces connection that you have in your chart possibly. I feel like the reason that the universe is saying that you should back away from this is because I feel that you're giving too much, because this person does give their life usually to the betterment of mankind. And I don't think, although you shouldn't back away from it permanently, I think you need a break. So I think in September you're supposed to take a break from helping other people by using your intuition. So maybe giving people advice, helping people through hard times. Feels like you need to just step back a little bit. And what do you need to step toward this month, Aquarius? This month you must step toward new beginnings. So I feel like the reason that you're supposed to step back from the intuition is because I feel like you're ignoring the things that are going on in your life. And there might be a new beginning that is sort of staring you in the face. And you might not notice it because you're busy using your intuition to help other people. Your next question is, what will your finances bring for you this month? We have obstacles and challenges. So there might be some financial challenges on the horizon for you. We'll clarify and see what that means for you. How do you meet your financial goals this month, Aquarius? We have power. So it's going to be through sheer brute force. I'm going to say meeting your financial goals. The power energy is the strength energy, right? This is major arcana. When they show up at the black frames here, they are major arcana energies. This is the strength card. So I feel like that the way you're going to reach your goals is by holding back from spending too much money. It feels like by holding back, keeping things close to the chest, I want to say, you know that you have the power, the financial power to do what you want, but I feel like you're only going to meet your financial goals if you hold back your finances here. We do have the next card, which is what is the most important thing that you should be working on this month? the most important thing could be moving on. Maybe it's time to let go of some of the situations, people, places, the ones that maybe you've been in denial about a little bit, right? That maybe it is time to move on from some things in your life, and maybe you haven't moved on because it says I acknowledge my fear. Maybe it's because you couldn't acknowledge your fear of, but if I move on from a situation, even if it's toxic, I'll be left alone. And sometimes that's the place where you learn. Just gonna say, I wouldn't tell you if I didn't live it, know it. Yeah, the place where you learn sometimes is the place where you're alone. If you're willing to look at yourself in the silence. The last card, whether you're looking for a new connection or whether you're not, I'm just going to tell you whether there's a new romantic partner coming in the future. Tell me about Aquarius. New romantic partner for Aquarius, yes or no? Just drop the card. Where is it? There it is. There we are. I would say that's a yes. That their prosperity begins. So there is something brand new that's beginning here. I would say that there is some sort of a new connection coming in. We will clarify and find out what is going on there. Ooh, bottom of the deck, love begins. So that's what it's about. So there is somebody who is incoming that is brand new. A brand new connection here. Let's find out what's going on for Aquarius. Let's do some clarifying. Tell me about intuition for Aquarius, please. That's what you're supposed to be stepping back from. Why is that? It's time to put your intuition toward the new beginning instead of toward other people, I feel. Yeah, you've been working really hard. I do believe that you are someone who does have psychic energy and that you've been working really hard to help people around you. Look, when you have high intuition, when you have psychic intuition like the High Priestess does, you are someone who's very close to the veil. You're also very connected to Source. And sometimes people can't find their own intuitive connection. Sometimes that's why people watch tarot. I always advise, please stop watching tarot if you don't come here with your intuition. You will be led around by every reader that you go to if you don't know how to perceive what's going on here and whether it even resonates with you at all or not. So we do have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is something you really need to work on, is to stop giving all of your intuitive energy away and keep some for yourself. That's Piscean energy. We do have the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Five of Wands. People come to you, Aquarius, because you are somebody who has an overflowing cup. I want to say that you are somebody who is emotionally giving. You're willing to give to people, and you work hard at doing that. But I feel like the Five of Wands right here is what I've been saying through the whole thing, right? Is the Five of Wands is indecision or holding back. It's time for you to hold back a little bit, because I feel like whenever you want, you can sort of reach in and replenish your cup. But I feel like it's not for that reason that you should back away from the intuition as it pertains to others, not for yourself. Is that I feel like you've been working too hard for others, that you've been working too hard, giving them all of your energy. You know, it's like you have they think you have an endless amount of energy to give them, and quite honestly, energy is finite. We only have a certain amount of energy we can give to people throughout the day, and then we've got to recalibrate, right? We've got to sleep, we've got families, we've got to do all kinds of things. So I feel like you're supposed to back off just a little bit, let them fight amongst themselves, let them fight their own intuition and figure out their own answers, because it can become dependent, right? People can become dependent on you if you are somebody who's highly psychic or intuitive. So we've got the new beginning here, and what do you need to step toward is this new beginning. I feel like you have some sort of new beginning coming here, a prosperous new beginning. So it feels like it could be somebody here that you're meeting that's brand new. It could be anything that's brand new, really. There's a new chapter showing up here. We've got the Three of Cups in the reverse. We've got the Temperance card. And we have the Page of Swords. So some of you could be deciding to go back to school, getting some knowledge on something. The Page of Swords is the student. The student's looking over at Temperance. It's almost like the student is saying, maybe it's time that I begin something new. Maybe I learn a new skill, or I go back to school for the rest of that PhD, or maybe my master's. Maybe it's time to do that thing. The Three of Cups in the reverse feels like the party's over. It's like, I got to stop squandering my energy on just giving it to everybody. It's time to pull that energy in for me. Stop going out, stop partying, start being social. I'm not saying 100%, but I'm saying that maybe the summer was full of, traveling and going out and being with people, and maybe you just didn't have your eye on anything else that was going on in your life. Maybe you were spreading your energy around. I feel like with the Page of Swords looking over at Temperance, it feels like it's almost time for you to settle down and learn something new, or find out something new here. But the Page of Swords is very inquisitive, right? The curiosity, it's like childlike curiosity, and it feels like you're intellectually sharp at this time. This is Aquarius energy. You're intellectually sharp at this time, and I feel like the Temperance energy is telling me that it's divine timing, and that there is a moment of alchemy that's coming for you to take an opportunity to open a new chapter with possibly learning something new in the month of September. Next question, what will your finances bring? Looks like there is some obstacles and challenges that you're going to come across here. Why is that? Tell me about this for Aquarius. We do have the Fool. So I'm going to say be careful of taking leaps, which is very interesting though, because if you take a look here, that person's standing and there's a crack in the road or the surface. And so this person is ready to step off. And I'm going to say that if you come to an obstacle, be careful that you just don't jump in without getting some information about what's coming next, because the Fool is somebody who's decided they're going to enjoy life, take a leap of faith, but we have this little companion here that's like, wait a second, right? This should be an educated leap. I feel like there's obstacles in the background, which is what we have here, obstacles and challenges, and I feel like you need to make sure that there's water down there and not rocks, and you're not going to get hurt. So if you are about to take a leap of faith in your finances, if you're about to give somebody money or borrow some money or take out a loan or buy a house or anything that has to do with your finances, just make sure that you're not being a fool about it, right? Make sure that you're checking to make sure that everything is in its place before you decide to take a leap forward here. What else do we have? We do have the King of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. So there's your warning, right? You are the King of Pentacles. So if you are somebody who is financially stable and you take care of your money and you're not careless with it, you're not just going out there buying things in order to show the neighbors that you bought the boat or bought the house or bought the car. I feel like if that's you that I'm talking to, that I feel like you could be in danger of having a financial impact if you're not really careful with your finances in September. Be careful with what you're doing with your money. But the thing is here, it says here, how you get your financial goals, and it's like powering through it here, but it's also about holding back and not taking any chances or making a fool of yourself in terms of your finances, not taking any leaps of faith that are not already thought out by you. We do have the Ten of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Five of Swords. So I want to say that in order to meet your financial goals, you're going to have to hold back. For some of you who have families, children, spouses, I feel like they're not going to be happy with you when you say to them, no, we're not taking the trip to Disney this year. They're going to be, they're going to be pissed off. I feel like you might be in a place where you're kind of worried a little bit about meeting your financial goals, whatever that means to you. And it feels like you're going to have to disappoint the family, whether that is your family, children and spouse, or mom, dad, sister, brother, or people that feel like family. But I feel like in order to keep your financial happiness, or in order to meet those goals that'll make you happy, I feel like you're going to have to say no to some things, which might make you the bad guy, right? We've got the Five of Swords, and that is kind of conflict and disagreement with other people. But we also have the Nine of Swords, and I feel like you already know that some of these people are not going to be happy with the decisions that you're going to make. In order to make your financial goals, I feel like you're going to have to stop paying people, stop giving the kids money, cut off their credit cards. Like, I feel like it's, get them out to get a job. They need to pay for their own phone bills, like things like that. I feel like you're starting to cut things out of your budget in order for you to meet your financial goals. And some people aren't going to be happy with that live with you or that are around you. All right. So what is the most important thing you need to be working on? Is this moving on? What are you moving on from here? Because I feel like you stay places too long because you're loyal, because you're a fixed sign, right? I'm a fixed sign too. I'm a Taurus sun. And sometimes I don't know when to leave the party, leave the relationship. Like, it feels like you need to work on moving on. It's like you don't want to hurt other people. And the reason that you need to learn to move on, and it's a mastery. It's really a self-mastery, knowing when to leave the party, leave the relationship, leave the job, the situation that's not working. And I feel like sometimes you overstay because you don't want to hurt people. You don't want to disappoint people. And sometimes it's just hard to pull away because you don't want to get your own heart broken. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be without the people. But, 6 and 3 is 9. It's like you're just going to stay in this energy of worrying. Right? That's the 6 of Swords. You're just going to be in this energy of worrying. That's the 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Swords is here. So I feel like in order for you not to worry, not to obsessively think about things, you need to really make decisive moves in September. What else do we have here? We have the Lovers. Could have to do with relationships too. And we do have the Hanged Man. So that's what I was saying, right? The Hanged Man is a little bit of procrastination or a pause. It's about looking at things from another perspective, but whilst you're looking at things from another perspective, trying to get your intuition to tell you what to do, sometimes you can hang there for way too long and it can become stagnant energy. So I think for some of you, I'm talking to you about a relationship. It feels like there is a soulmate relationship here. We've got the Lovers that you need to make a decision about, because the Lovers is a choice. So it feels like for someone here who's been hanging around in a relationship, maybe you've been avoiding them and not really talking to them, but you don't really want to tell them that it's over. I feel like it's time just to say it. And you need to move on from here because I feel like it's keeping you stuck in this energy here. All right. Let's talk about a new romantic partner, because I feel like there's something that's about to open for you here. We've got 2 hands, right? They're covering each other here. We've got something that you planted a long while ago, I think. It feels like it's a seed you planted a long time ago, and I feel like it's now showing up. And I don't mean you planted it with a person. I mean, it might be something in your mind. It's like, I really got to get out of this. But it feels like there is somebody who's showing up who is a love interest. And I feel like you're trying to leave some sort of relationship. It could be friends, it could be love, but it's a soulmate connection, right? It could be a friend or a family member, but it's something that you're going to have to break somebody's heart. So if it is romantic, I feel like there is something new coming in. There's a new sort of solid foundation that's going to bring in some sort of love connection here. Tell me about this for Aquarius. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. We have another Ace of Pentacles, this time in the hand of the page. And then we do have the Star card. So I feel like there's going to be someone showing up in your life, Aquarius, whether you're single or not, because some of you are in a relationship. And it feels like somebody's going to show up and they're going to get all of your attention. I want to say they will see you as being the best thing since sliced bread. And I think that you see them as somebody who is the brightest star in the room. This is Aquarius energy though, so they could be seeing you as the brightest star in the room. But the Page of Pentacles tells me there is an opportunity that is traveling to you in the 3D, so not in the dream state. So I feel like this Ace of Pentacles being in the reverse tells me that you're not ready to invest in anything brand new just yet, because some of you, not all of you, could be in this position right now, trying to leave a situation. And if you are somebody who's single and looking for another situation, I feel like love shows up here, and it's going to show up pretty quick. Accelerated motion on the bottom of the deck. And somebody here is looking at a star, right? We've got stars here as well in the sun, but we do have the star here. So it does feel like it is definitely something new that's coming at you here. It could be somebody who is Sagittarius, possibly. Someone who is a Pisces, maybe a Gemini, an Aries maybe, but it does another Aquarius, it could be that as well. But it does feel like there is something that is abundant and new, and it is going to turn into love. It might even start in friendship in the Pentacle world. It might be someone that you meet through someone, or someone that you meet and you're like, I'm in a relationship. There's no way that this is ever I'm never gonna invest here because I'm in a relationship. But I feel like this relationship is kind of rocky, that is something that you're kind of thinking, I don't know if this is something I want to be in for the long haul. So I feel like somebody here is going to offer you an opportunity because either you're the shining star or they are. You can't avoid them because they're shining too bright, or they can't avoid you because you're shining too bright. You might even be calling in someone with all this bright energy here. All right. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. It does feel like your intention is to go on a new path because the Seven of Pentacles is throwing the seeds of intention, right? So I feel like your intention is to maybe go on a new path. Maybe get some stability in the pentacle world. Maybe find a new friend. This could be someone who ends up being a friend. Oh, there's 3 pentacles, right? Because this prosperity begins is the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and now we have it in the hand here. So it could be a friendship that ends up turning into something more. Once, like this person might just keep holding back until you get out of this thing here. We have the Strength. It's going to take some inner strength and cutting yourself out of this place where you feel like your hands are tied and you can't do anything in order to get this new beginning. There has to be a transformation. It feels like you've been waiting to feel inspired to do something new. I feel like the person that shows up might be someone that you know or you feel like you've known forever with the Six of Cups. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. Oh, you know what? Charlie is saying before I go, Charlie's my guide, by the way, that we should talk about this confession, and I agree. Tell me about the confession. What is this? We've got the Magician in the reverse. Why did that flip out like that? Got the Magician in the reverse. Why is that? We've got the King of Wands. And we've got the Devil. Look, this person, I feel there is going to be someone coming forward to you in the month of September here who I don't think you're supposed to trust them. When the Magician comes up with the Devil, I don't like it. It doesn't feel good to me. It feels like somebody is trying to trap you into something or is trying to be codependent with you. Somebody who might have an addiction or something going on in their life in the background that you don't see. I feel that they're very attractive and they might try and lure you in with that, but they also are very fiery. I want to say the Magician in the reverse especially is manipulation to me, even all on its own, not even with the Devil showing up. So the Devil showing up here tells me that the confession that you get is going to be from somebody who I feel is going to tell you that they're very attracted to you or that they're very desirous of you, but I don't think you're supposed to trust it because those cards are not cards to trust when they come up together for sure. You got to make a decision. It's a very important decision. And I'm not telling you not to say yes, but what I'm telling you is to make sure that you know that, you're the person who goes over all the damn details, right? Make sure you have all the details and all the facts before you step forward and make a decision that's going to change your life. And it might be easy to do because this person I feel is very sexy, very desirable. But look, we're looking at the Knight of Wands, who is the one who does not settle down. So don't be talked into anything that would hurt you. All right, now I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll be back because I'm always back, y'all. And thank you so much. I'm going to be gone for now. Bye-bye.